This is going to be a lot of fun tonight. So welcome to the GoNow GamePlan. This show is just designed with a couple of very simple segments where we touch base on a simple lesson and one actionable item. So the cool part about it is after you learn a lesson around the segment, which of course is time sensitive, I'm going to give you one thing that you can do to put it to work. So, interact, like I said, ask questions. If you like something, let us know. If you have any questions about something, let me know. If I don't see your question, people in the comments will, and they will also be able to chime in and support each other and help there as well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right on into our very first segment of tonight. Our first segment is actually called Socially Speaking. And so our focus for Socially Speaking is actually 3 simple tips for retailing on social media. So recently there was a blog on the UnFranchise blog that gave 3 big tips that you can do. And what I wanted to do is kind of break those 3 tips down and give you some very specific things that have seemed to work really well for myself and other people. So some of the things that I'm going to share with you tonight and the takeaways are actually things that I stole from other people that did a really nice job as well. So let's go ahead and pop in. So the very first tip is the most obvious tip. I love that Barry's on because it was him and Maggie Holbeck that had really great examples that were shared in this article. But the very first tip is when you are posting about product and your goal is to retail a product, the #1 golden rule is you must be a product of the product. So very simply put, you should not really attempt to promote products that you don't have any kind of experience with or that you don't have customers that have experiences with them. Because what tends to work the most is real life, organic, authentic, true testimonials. There's a lot of focus from SAMM, and we're actually going to talk a little bit about this later in the business segment on, using your own products. Well, one of the reasons for making that switch is when you use your own products, you become by default a better retailer because you simply have more stories to share. So the more of your own products you use, the more opportunities that you will have to post about them and to share about them from an authentic place. So here's what you can do. This week, when you do post about product, I want you to share a testimonial. So don't just simply write about a product and use a stock image and kind of talk about the features and benefits. Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to go a little deeper than that. I want you to share your experience with the product. When you do that, you will find that people are more receptive to it. They engage with it more and they want to know more because they want to know about your experience more than they want to know about features and benefits and details about ingredients. At the end of the day, we are a very, very educated group of consumers. We have the internet at our fingertips and we can read features and benefits and ingredients on our own. And so what people are really looking for on social media is your personal experience with this stuff. They want the stuff they can't read about. So keep that in mind when you're posting about a product. Another little tip, by the way, is that when I post about anything, a lot of times I'll ask myself, is this something that I would engage with? Is this something that I would click on, that I would like, that I would comment on? Or is this something I would scroll right past? So if you don't feel like it's engaging enough to the point where even you would scroll past it, then you have not made it personal enough, right? You definitely want to personalize. So when you post about product, you're going to share your testimonial. And there's 2 little back tips on this one. Another thing you can do is you can share your customers' testimonials. And if you really want to promote a brand new product that maybe you haven't had a chance to try yet, you can also look for reviews that are left on the product. So when you log on to UnFranchise or shop.com and you see a product, not only will you see product details and will you see ingredients and how to use the product, at the bottom you're also going to see real customer reviews. So sometimes sharing a customer review is another great way to share a product testimonial because you're sharing an experience. So along those same lines, I ask you, every time you try a new product, please take 5 seconds out of your day to leave a review. Those reviews are actually used in all of the email campaigns that get sent to the field and that get sent to your customers. So we actually market directly to the customers as well, and don't worry, they're linked to you. So when they get a great email that has some great reviews attached to it and they're inspired to buy, if they are your preferred customer, you're going to get credit for that. So there's definitely a reason, an additional incentive there for us to take a couple of minutes out of our day to review products. It's really simple to do. When you log in to UnFranchise.com and you click on a product, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to see the reviews, which of course you can read to learn about other people's experience or share on social media. But there's also a little orange button, and that little orange button says review this product. And so leave my review. So when you leave your review, that then becomes public so that we can use them for email campaigns, and you can, help people in your group and in the community of Market America with, unfranchised owners and customers to learn about that product. So that's tip number one. Product of the product of the product of the product. You must be a product of the product. If you don't keep it real, people are not going to engage with you. So I always tell people, like, people don't care how much you know, they care how much you care. So share the real story. Keep it real. You are good enough. So the second thing was to run a contest or a survey. So in number 2, in the article, they talked about some recent contests that Market America ran on its social media page. And so that's really cool, but just keep in mind, if you go to run a contest on your own social media, there are typically, things that you have to keep in mind. For example, you do need a terms of conditions that you share with people. You can't have a purchase required to enter and things like that. So one of the easier ways to leverage the same kind of thing is to simply ask questions and take surveys. And so there are 3 types of survey type of posts that I'm recommending that you make. That I have noticed have generated a lot of conversations. And as you guys know, when you are posting on social media, like, that is your number 1 goal. It's not to be popular. It's not about the likes. It's about how many people are engaging with you. Within the post, on offline, and even like in DM. I can't tell you how many times I've posted about something and people, rather than comment on the post, have sent me a direct message or even texted me, a question or a follow-up piece to what I posted. So just keep that in mind, that the follow-up will happen in other places besides the comment stream. But here are some that you can post. Number 1 would be like a type of question around what types of products people are trying. So for example, if you're looking to promote some health and nutrition products, or specifically isotonics, because we all know that that is a superior line of supplementation because of the delivery system, right? A question to post that would be more engaging than just kind of, just simply talking about isotonics is, do you take any vitamins? And if so, which ones do you take and why? So if you ask that question, what you're going to do is you're going to find all of the people in your life that are vitamin takers. And what that very quickly does is it builds up a nice little community and names list of people that are great candidates for you to talk with. Now, your job isn't to just, shoot them down for whatever brand of vitamin that they take, of course. What you want to do is simply open up a dialogue and be able to have permission to slip in there a little bit about isotonics. Because if somebody's committed to their health and they're telling you that they take a multivitamin or they take an omega or whatever, and you can then go ahead and recommend some additional products for them to take, or different types of products for them to take, they are more likely to act on that, right? Because they've already admitted that they value their health and that they take those products. And you can do the same kind of thing within any of the products. You can do a beauty survey type of question, or one about weight management, right? Everybody's looking for that summer bod right now. So you got that going on. A second question that you can post on your page, which generates a lot, is, if you could travel anywhere in the world and money wasn't a problem, where would you go? So of course, that is a prospecting post, right? So you're not sitting there saying, check out this business plan as a way to travel. You're simply talking to people and getting them to share with you little bits of their why, right? It's an interesting way to get to what matters to people. So again, your goal is to simply get them excited about the possibilities of traveling. And then that conversation can very quickly lead to, how do you get there? What's keeping you from making that happen? So that's the second type of question. And then this third question I really loved. I saw this, one of my friends on Facebook posted this, and it had like 100 comments, and it was just a really nice way to connect people and for people to like engage and support each other's businesses. So here's the third one that I recommend. What product or service do you offer? I always like knowing who I can refer business when the opportunity arises. I Loved that. So, you know, I commented on there and I talked specifically to web centers because that's like our #1 product service that Ryan and I offer. And I talked about web development and online marketing. But it was cool like seeing other, and actually people commented and direct messaged me as a result of this person's post. And I actually scrolled down and I looked for people that I might be able to refer business to, and they might be a good candidate for me to reach out to for other reasons, right? So you get to know a lot of people, and again, it just starts a major dialogue. So love, love, love the idea of asking survey type of questions as a way to create engagement and get people talking. The more talking people do, the better it is for you, but also it improves your algorithm. So that's science, little techie stuff in the background, but the more people engage with your posts, it tells Facebook that people are liking your stuff. So when you can create a post like this one, which creates a lot of conversation, it actually positively impacts additional posts that you're gonna do later on in the week as well. And then the third tip is that you wanna talk to your customers and listen to their feedback. So, you know, the tips within this segment, of course, we're very focused on comments and feedback within the comments or within direct messages. But as UnFranchise owners, a lot of our customers are going to be people that we know. It's our friends, it's our family, it's people that we're already directly connected to. And so what we recommend is that you're just simply proactive. Whether they found you on social media or not, take the time on social media to DM them and ask how the product is going. Are you taking the right amount of capfuls of product with the right amount of water? Are you taking it on an empty stomach? Are you taking it in the morning before you eat? Like how are you feeling? Have you noticed any differences, right? So when you ask questions like that, you just become a better customer manager, and social media can be a really great conduit to building that relationship. It's really easy to DM somebody and ask these questions. From there, when you're asking those questions, it's also an opportunity for you to generate some positive feedback, right? So, or experiences, which of course can be used as testimonials. So it's kind of like a cycle, and it goes back to point #1, which is share testimonials. So if you take the time on social media or even just on texting or whatever, and you're checking in with your customers and generating good customer testimonials, that also becomes really great content for you to share and generate additional interest in your product. So real quick recap on the social media tips for retailing. #1 is show that you have a product, your personal testimonials or testimonials of your customers and reviews, and also make sure to leave reviews. #2 is run a survey, and the 3 questions I recommend that you post over the next week or 2 is 1, do you take any vitamins, and if so, which kind do you take and why? 2, if you could travel anywhere in the world and money wasn't a problem, where would you go? And 3, what product or service you offer. I always like knowing who I can refer business to when the opportunity arises. And then the third tip, of course, is talk to your customers, listen to their feedback, and then, of course, you want to use that to your advantage when you get to sharing testimonials. Okay, so we are going to switch gears here. The next segment is going to be a little bit quicker. It is our shopping annuity hack. So our shopping annuity hack is simply just one tip for a way to fund your shopping annuity and like a little feature of a way to generate more volume in some way. So this month's feature is all about unfranchised travel. So I just had my first experience with unfranchised travel, and I have to say, it is ridiculous. It is so incredible, and it's instant. So there are millions of participating hotels that you can choose from on unfranchise.com. You also get additional savings. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but the thing I love most about unfranchised Premier Travel is that you can earn 11% IBV right away. So when you book travel on any of our partner stores like hotels.com, Priceline, or Shop Travel, you earn a decent amount of IBV. However, when you book on the partner stores, you actually earn that IBV when you take the trip. So right now, we're about to close out the quarter for our brand new SAMM and Master UFO program, right? So it ends at the end of June. And if you're looking for ways to beef up your IBV, and you're doing it through travel, you want to do it on unfranchised travel, because that means that you're going to get credit for that purchase right away, and it will count right away versus when you take the trip. So one of the biggest travel purchases that should be on everybody's mind is their hotel stay and their travel expenses, of course, for international convention, which is just a couple of weeks away, right? And so what you want to do is log into unfranchise.com, click on ordering, and then click on travel. And right there, you can go ahead and browse all participating hotels. And when you book your hotel room, you will get the 11% IBV, and you'll really just see it within 24 to 48 hours, which is incredible. So I'm going to share with you my first experience because it's ridiculous. Like I'm totally mind blown by it, and I can't believe it took me 6 months to use this feature. I'm a little embarrassed for myself. So anyway, our son Jordan plays lacrosse on a founders team, and one of their tournaments is in Stowe, Vermont. And so, of course, the first thing I did was I went to UnFranchise Travel, and I looked up different hotel rooms that were available in Stowe. And I found a really great deal, actually. So we ended up booking the room with taxes and fees for the weekend. It was $521, which is actually an incredible deal because Stowe is like a destination like location at that time. And on top of that, that exact same hotel that I booked was available through hotels.com for $52 more. So I actually saved $52 by going through UnFranchise instead. So right away, I'm a happy camper. I got a great hotel rate in a destination, vacation time, high peak time, and I saved 52 bucks. And on top of that, you get 11% IBV. That IBV is not off of the total amount, it's off of the cost of the room. So the actual cost of the room was 450 bucks. So minus taxes and fees, that's what it worked out to. 11% IBV was 49.5 IBV. So for booking a hotel that I was going to book anyway, through UnFranchise Travel, I saved $52 and I got 49.5 IBV that I saw show up in my SAMM and Master UFO report within the next day. I mean, guys, talk about a major boost. Right now for the US, our target is 300 IBV per quarter. I just did almost 50 in something that I was truly going to do anyway. It was just a simple example of transferring your spending. And so I'm sharing that story with you guys because I really want to encourage everybody. If you have not booked your hotels yet for my international convention, please do it through UnFranchise Travel in terms of hotel because you guys, it's like instant IBV. It counts toward this quarter. You're going to get a great deal. It's special pricing. And there's a lot of great things that you can, opportunities there. So the way that you access that is really simple. You log into unfranchise.com. You're going to click on ordering, and then you're going to go down to travel. And when you get to travel, you're going to go ahead and find the hotel for the Greensboro area or wherever it is that you may be traveling to and simply book your hotel. And you should see your IBV show up within the next 1 to 2 business days. So that is my shopping annuity hack or tip of the month. I just want to remind everybody that this quarter's SAMM is finishing up, at the end of June. So really encourage you to get on that. You're going to get a great rate, and your IBV that you generate will go toward this current quarter, which is great. Okay, so now we're going to switch gears again, and we're going to talk about Consumer Corner. So of course, June is all about dad, right? It's Father's Day month. That's when Father's Day falls in. And so actually, what I wanted to do for Consumer Corner today was just a little bit different. I wanted to talk about setting aside your stereotypical dad swag, right, and replacing it with a healthy skincare regime for men. Because as you all know, Lumia TV actually has a men's line with incredible products that are a great opportunity, for you to get dad and grandpa and the men in your life that you want to celebrate, some really nice products. I mean, at the end of the day, like, guys want to look and feel their best too, and skin is our biggest organ, and we want to take care of that. And as UnFranchise owners, the men are going out and showing business plans or doing UBPs or meeting with prospective clients, customers, or business partners, and your skin is your biggest organ. It's your face. It's what you wear. So you really, men are no different. They want to take care of their skin as well. I know before this LDV Ohms line came out, I know Ryan would steal my stuff, and now he doesn't have to, which is fantastic. So I want to remind everybody that everything I'm talking about today is actually going to be sent out in an email campaign called the UFO Rundown. It will be sent by the end of the week, including product codes, costs, BV amount, and everything. So That'll be really nice. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm actually going to talk you through the steps. So step one for dad is to cleanse. So we have this amazing clarifying cleanser. It's a gel actually, which is really nice. It's effective, it's gentle, it eliminates dirt, excess oils, and it's really important to do this before you shave. So if the men in your life are nicking themselves or they're having issues, number one, maybe consider a shopping annuity razor because those are incredible, but also it might just be that they're not getting a good enough clean. So you know, the cleansing gel is really great for that. It preps your skin for a comfortable shave, and it's ideal to use for smoother skin. There's also cucumber extract in this, which is invigorating to the sense. A little bonus is dad, even though this is not part of the Ohms line, dad may really enjoy these cognac sponges as well. Because, you know, if you actually use this cleansing gel with a cognac sponge, you also get the added benefit of some really gentle exfoliation, which again, like, men want this for themselves as well. They have a lot of dead skin. So if, you know, they have backed up pores or their skin is really dull and whatever, like, it could just simply mean that they need a good exfoliation. I mean, am I right? Like, it's definitely something we need. So I love the cognac sponges. I use these every day. I actually keep one in my shower. I keep one in my bathroom so that when I wash in the morning and when I wash at night, I have one easily accessible. This comes with 2 regular cognac sponges and one that is actually charcoal activated. And you can use it in conjunction, of course, with the cleansing clarifying gel. So real quick, the code for the cleansing gel is 16101. The unfranchised cost is only $17.50 and you get 10 BB for that. The code for the cognac sponges is 1221. It costs $14.50 and you get 7 BB for that. Now, step 2 is restore. So most of us in our skin, for me, I would use the Cell Lab serum, right? But now actually LDB Ohms just came out with the Lumiere DB Ohms Restoring Serum. So it's a serum specifically designed for men. It supports skin elasticity, it brightens the skin, it moisturizes and balances for healthier skin, and it contains additional soothing properties. So this way men have their very own serum that does all the things that a serum should do, but it's specifically designed for a man. That is a brand new product. It's not part of our lineup yet because we ordered it and it has not arrived yet. I was really hoping it would arrive by today, but it did not. That was my fault. And I'm excited for Ryan to have that too because that means that my serum concentrate will last a little longer. So again, men want these products as well. So throw that in your dad Father's Day kit as well. From there, the next step, of course, is to moisturize, right, in a skincare regime. So what we have for the men is we have the LDV Ohms Hydrating Aloe Cream. It's ultralight moisturizer. It draws and seals moisture in for daily hydration, normalizes for comfortable feel. And again, all of this is designed with men in mind, helps improve elasticity and moisture and healthy skin. I want to give you some codes on each of those products. So for the serum, the code is 16103. The cost on that serum is so affordable. It's $35.75, and the BB amount is 27. For the Aloe Hydrating Cream, the code is 16100. And then again, the cost is only $17.50, and the BB total is 12. And then the last step, of course, is the beard elixir, which this is funny because I've been ragging on Ryan for stealing my stuff, but I actually steal his beard elixir for my hair and my flyaways, especially days like today where it's very, very like wet out right now. We have like a lot of rain, so like there's a lot of moisture in the air, which is making my hair frizzy. So I can steal his beard oil for my hair. So anyway, I steal that from him. He steals everything else from me. Anyway, love the beard elixir. It's just a great way to moisturize the beard. It just kind of helps with making your beard more manageable, prevents breakage, makes it softer, and all of that great stuff. So I know I love a good beard on a guy, and like honestly, it's the best part is how it looks, but sometimes if you get too close and they come in and give you a hug or something, it can be really irritating. What I have noticed since my husband started using this product is that I don't get that irritation on my skin when he comes in to hug me or anything like that. It's definitely a really great product. So the code on that one is 16102. The cost is only 20 bucks. and the BV is 12.5. So what's really nice, you guys, is you can really spoil the dads in your life. Get them the entire line, right? Get all of the LDV OHM's products and add in the cognac sponges for an extra little bonus there. And you're not going to spend a lot of money, and dad's really going to love it. Another really cool benefit of this is when you give BV products as gifts, it is a form of trial size marketing. Essentially, if you can have somebody experience a new product, even if it's being gifted to them, right, in this case Father's Day, you have the opportunity to create a lifelong customer, right? Because what's going to happen? These products are consumable. So when dad runs out of his cleansing gel, he's not going to want to go back to that yucky bar soap that he's been like using, right? And so you want to go ahead and expose people in your life to your products. And anytime you have the opportunity to give products as gifts, you are creating another opportunity to create a lifelong customer, because we all know our products are the best products that are out there, and it's easy to create and hook a customer once they have it in their hands. All right, so again, guys, I want to remind everybody that I will send out the codes again, but you don't have to wait. I highly recommend that you jump on UnFranchise.com, and you all you have to do is look up OHMS, H-O-M-M-E-S, and all of the products will come up, and you can easily add them to your cart and get them in time for Father's Day. One other little tip for Father's Day is the e-gift card center. So if you want to throw in a gift card to, I don't know, like Dick's or Panera or wherever dad wants to go shopping, you can do that. It's emailed, so it's instant, and you get instant IBB. So both of these are great consumer tricks, but again, they're also great ways to fund your shopping annuity with BV and IBB for stuff that you are going to spend on anyway. All right, so I hope that was helpful. So now we're going to switch segments again, and we're going to talk a little bit about business building. So the focus of today's conversation around business is really establishing your foundation. And this is something that Kevin Buckman and I have talked in depth about. And I have so much respect for him. Actually, the entire executive sales team, they're just incredible. Phil, Andrew, Dennis, Jim, Charlie, Dana, all the guys, right? They're amazing. But we've talked about the importance of establishing an unfranchised owner's foundation, and how does that foundation affect their ability to do really anything, right? And so one of the things that we kind of talked through, and we've talked about this with business builders too, is that, you know, there's a lot of focus from the company on Shopping Annuity Master Member, and there's a lot of focus on Master UFO, right? And so why is there a focus on that? Well, with Shopping Annuity Master Member, there's obviously a focus on that because, number one, it creates a great target, it creates a great multiplier for your business. But number two, which is maybe something that many of us have not yet considered, is it really allows us to establish our foundation. The more experience that we have with our own products and our own website and our own partner stores and our own business, the more we will talk about those said products and partner stores and websites and business, right? It's just natural. If you, I mean, people are uncomfortable when they are not coming from the heart. It's really just that simple. So if you have a lot of great experiences with your own products because you've transferred as much as you can over to your own products, or you've had a fantastic experience with a partner store, there's nothing to memorize. There's nothing to remember. There's no details that you have to learn because there's nothing that you have to remember. I mean, you're just sharing your own story. It becomes very easy to talk about product. It becomes very easy to talk about your business because it's just what you do. That's what Kevin does. It's just what we do, right? So, so establishing a foundation in terms of SAM is very, very powerful, and it can really create a monster in its own way, like a monster retailer and a monster business builder, simply because your level of belief and knowledge about product and your site and what you have at your fingertips is just drastically and substantially better and higher than somebody that is not striving for SAM, right? And so then what is Master UFO? It takes into account the other things, the retail, the business building, the GMTSS, right? And so each of those programs are designed to help you stay on track and establish a solid foundation. Because the stronger your foundation, the higher you can build. We all know that. The stronger your foundation, the stronger your business. So what is a strong foundation? Somebody with a strong foundation is a product of the product. right? They use their exclusive products, they use their exclusive brands, and they have genuine stories about their products. Somebody with a strong foundation is a product of the program, meaning they buy from their own partner stores. They buy from UnFranchise Travel. They're buying from the e-gift card center. They are not going directly to other partner stores. They're going through their own website first, right? And so they're establishing a strong foundation there. And then the third thing that gives somebody a strong foundation is they are someone who attends GMTSS events themselves and with their people, right? So somebody that's attending their local seminars, their UBPs, their regional convention, and of course, international convention and world conference, those are the people with the education and the rock hard solid belief, right? So there's really 3 things that you can do to establish a strong foundation. I'm gonna repeat them one more time because I want you to rate yourself. I want you to ask yourself, how solid is my foundation? Where can I improve in my foundation so I don't have any cracks and I can continue to build on from there? Number 1, again, product of the product, use your exclusive brands. Number 2, product of the program, shopping from your own website. And number 3, engaging with GMTSS for education and belief. That's from the smallest level as a UBP, Basic 5, local seminar, up to the international convention. Are you showing up, and are you showing up with people every time? Are you consistent with all 3 of those things, or are you more consistent in some areas and maybe need to improve on consistency somewhere else? But if you ask yourself that and you can kind of rate your foundation, that's probably going to answer the questions that you have about your retailing and business building and overall business growth, because most likely it's going to be rooted in an issue in the foundation. So just so you guys know, if you log into unfranchise.com and you click on management reports, you have a report for SAMM and you have a report for Master UFO. And both of those are designed to help you to track your progress with regard to your foundation and the most important results producing business building activities. So make sure you check that out. Okay, cool. All right, we've got 2 more segments to go. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm seeing a lot of comments, which is great. And I'm seeing a lot of people help each other out. So keep letting me know if anything else comes up. I love when I see that stuff happening. So, okay, so the next segment is our brain spanking. It's gonna be short. So typically I'll pick an article and I'll talk about it. But what I wanna do today is just a little bit different. I wanna talk to you about the 3 corporate blogs that the company puts out and what you can expect on each of them, because it's a really great way to build up your attitude and knowledge. But it's also a really great way to share time-sensitive material both with your customers and with your team. So we have 3 blogs. The first blog is blog.unfranchise.com. And we actually just recently merged that blog with the shopping annuity blog. And inside of that blog, there's a whole new taxonomy of categories. So we have categories around success stories, around products, around major events, around the shopping annuity. We have recipes on there. We have business building tips on there. In fact, just this week, we just created a whole blog on the right way to determine your why in a goal statement, right? Next week, you're gonna see a business building tip on establishing your foundation, which you guys just got a little sneak peek at, right? So there is literally just like a myriad of, and a plethora, so many big words, of articles on there that are really great for you to read yourself, but they're also important to share with your organization. So if you have groups that you manage on Facebook or wherever for your team, it's really great for you to share those articles within there. I like for people to start their day off with some articles. So when you wake up in the morning, instead of reading people.com or whatever random websites you just naturally habitually go to, maybe check out the UnFranchise blog instead and see how that affects your day. You might end up learning something new, or you might find an article that was written specifically so that it's good shareable content or gives you an angle to go on. So for example, on JR's blog, which is beingjrridinger.com, I know that there's going to be an article on there that talks specifically about student debt and how student debt is rising, and people in our generation and younger really do need second streams of income, right? So you will learn a lot about what that is and how important it is and how the temperature is and the economy right now through JR's blog. But it also gives you a prospecting angle, right? You may have something that you can share to generate conversations with somebody that might be finishing up college right now, which everybody just finished their graduations. These are great opportunities to talk with people. Or maybe just people that are, really feeling the heaviness of paying off student loans, which, it's a lot. Like Ryan and I both do that every month. It's a lot of money. So you can learn a lot on JR's blog as well. One of the things that I love about JR's blog is he just so deeply cares for and loves us in the field. And so whenever we send him an email and we share a success story or we thank him for something and or a light bulb goes off, JR immediately makes sure that that content is available on his blog because he wants other people to learn from each other. So when you're checking out the UnFranchise blog and JR's blog, it's not just a bunch of people that don't know our business writing about our business. It's people that are sharing really great, valuable content around and taking a deeper dive into topics like around success and case studies and testimonials and products and time-sensitive information. So if something needs a deep dive and it's a contest that ends on Friday or like a Khaled promotion that we want to get everybody acting on immediately, it goes on the blog, right? There's ideas for business building, ideas for retailing, ideas for increasing your effectiveness on social media. All of that is available on JR's blog and also on blog.unfranchise.com. Why else would you not start your day off like that? There's so much good content on there, and it's sad to think that so many people don't even know that we have those blogs, available to us for us to learn. And then Lauren's World is another really great blog, and what I love about her blog is it really touches on hot trends today. So by trends, I mean things like entrepreneurship, women in business, having a strong mind, and yes, things that are happening time sensitively, like the Tony Awards or the Academy Awards or things like that. But all of that matters because if you're not aware of what's happening like in current events right now and how to tie it back to a product or a business, you're missing a lot of opportunities. And you can learn a lot from how Lauren does that on her blog. She does an incredible job of that. So she'll talk about, when the Academy Awards go out, it won't just be a blog that goes up about how beautiful everybody looked at the Academy Awards. A lot of times there'll also be like a get the look with motives, right? And so again, that's going to give you some really creative and unique ways to promote your products and your business. So the 3 blogs, again, are blog.unfranchise.com, being jrridinger.com, and lawrencewworld.com. And all 3 of them have a lot of great information which you should be reading every day, but also you should be sharing with your teams. And one last little tip on the blogs. So one of the things we all used to do back in the day is have like an audio of the week. Like Gary would assign us an audio and he would say, okay, everybody, you're going to listen to this audio and then we're going to talk about this audio on our call on Monday. And I don't know why so many of us have stopped doing that because it's really important to feed your brain with positive things because the world is crazy, right? There's a lot of stuff that's constantly going on. So I encourage you to do that, but also you can do that with blog articles. That's why book clubs are so popular. People love to talk about what they've read. And so one thing you can do with your organization is you can assign 1 or 2 articles every week that you want people to read about. You will be like floored by how much more educated and informed your organization will become on important time-sensitive materials, how more creative they will become, and how they promote their business and their products, and really just how more effective they will become, right? So I encourage people to try that. Take an article or 2 from one of the 3 blogs that we publish a ton of material on every single week and share it. That content plan that they put together is very in-depth. It touches on all aspects of the business, and it's planned a month in advance. So it's extremely well thought out, and there's a lot of work that goes into it, and we can do, I think, a better job of utilizing that resource. Okay, and so our final segment of the night is the GMTSS wrap-up. So you guys, I know we've talked a lot about convention already, just kind of when we're talking about travel, right? So it should be on everybody's radar. You want to make sure that people have their travel booked. That's actually a little tip I learned from Gary was you want to get a ticket in people's hand, of course. But the one thing that they are less likely to cancel are flights and hotels because they may not get their money back. So just keep that in mind when you're helping people to make their plans for convention. But I want to talk to you about two things. The first part I want to talk to you about is what is the difference between being at a live event and watching something on YouTube? Like, what do you get by attending the event that you cannot get? It's just impossible to get when you try to like watch a YouTube video on, the following week after the event. And the second thing I want to get to is why events are critical for scaling your business. So in any business, it starts off small, and the goal is to scale it, to have it grow, and to be able to grow, and to manage that growth. And so the biggest, most important component to scaling a business is going to be events. And the reason is because of the things I'm about to tell you. So when you watch a recap video on YouTube, really what I look at those for is it's not a supplement for attending an event. What that is exactly what I just called it. It is a recap video. So it is a good way to get some information, but keep in mind that it's not just get information, but to recap and reiterate information you've already heard. And the reason why is because there's not a single person on this planet that is going to sit down and watch 12 hours of video for 3 days in a row, right? And if they did, they would be doing other things while they had all those videos on play, right? They'd be walking around, they'd be making coffee, they'd be doing whatever it is that they're doing, but they certainly would not be sitting in front of YouTube for 12 hours a day for 3 days a week just watching videos and breakouts. I mean, if they did do that, that'd probably be a little weird, right? And so first of all, that's number one, is it's impossible to absorb the same amount of information in a short period of time when you're trying to do that online. It's just not possible. It's too difficult to pay attention that long when you're watching on video, when you can easily hit play and you're distracted by other things. So just logistically impossible. It will take you weeks, if not months, to get the information. All right, so that's number one. But the second reasons are there's so much more that you get from being at an event that you simply cannot get from a video. You will not get goosebumps when you're watching a video. You won't get it. I've gotten goosebumps at every single event I have ever attended. When you hear J.R. Ridinger talking about his vision or laughing at us because something that he said was going to happen that everybody doubted him on did happen, and he's just like, you see, like I saw it, I believed it, and it came true. When you see that happen, or you watch him transform, or do one of his lessons on stage for us, like he did with imprinting, you simply cannot feel. You cannot get the feel from that from a YouTube video. I'll never forget how I felt watching JR walk the tightrope. I'll never forget it. Sure, when you watch the video, it's cool, it's impressive, you get an idea for it, but I will never forget how it felt to watch that man walk across a tightrope with a wheelbarrow and fall, and then get back up on the tightrope and finish walking it. I mean, you guys, like, first of all, I don't know if you realize how hard and difficult that is to do. Walking across a wheelbarrow, like a tightrope with a wheelbarrow, is hard. But then when you fall off, you have to gain enough strength to pick yourself back up. But not just pick yourself back up and balance on something that's like the size of your finger, right? I mean, it was just like incredible. It was just like an incredible demonstration of belief and persistence. And it left you feeling a certain way, you know, and you can say what you want, but these big things, they leave an impact, and you don't get them the same way when you watch them on the video. It's very different when you watch the shopping annuity spaceship land from the ceiling on a video than it is when you watch it come down and then out of the blue, like JR walks out and there's Lauren right behind him. It's very emotional, it's very impactful, and it makes a big difference in your foundation, how you feel about the business. Number two is the happy tears of people that have made it. There's nothing like the feeling when the entire arena or coliseum just goes quiet because, you know, a mom is sharing her story about how she didn't know how she was going to take care of her kids, and this business provided. You know, or Amber's on stage talking her story, and everybody just quiet. And there's a feeling, there's an energy in the room. There's static electricity just flying through the air. Can't get that from a YouTube video. The light bulb that goes off when you're completely not expecting it. It's amazing. Like, I remember like watching like Mark deliver a speech on IBV, and you know, I'd sat in a lot of meetings, but when he like went through all of his examples, I was just like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. And even though I'd sat in so many examples or meetings about this and had a nice part in those conversations, like listening to Mark go through it, there was like a complete switch for me on my level of belief. Sure, I believed it. I was all in. I'm always all in, right? You know, like I'm always all in. I'm always down. I trust the company, and I'm always going to give it my best. Like, that's just who I am, and my experience with the company, and they've never let me down, and I'm, you know, so I'm always going to act that way. But, you know, with Mark's presentation at the last World Conference, there was a light bulb that went off for me, and I wasn't expecting it to happen. It was hysterical, like, and that will happen for you. It won't happen when you're watching a YouTube video and you hear something, and it's just not going to touch you or impact you the same way. The strength you feel when Lauren reminds you that you are worth it. I think I speak for like the entire world when I say that like Lauren Ridinger will make you feel like you can walk through a brick wall and don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Like, she's just, I mean, so special. Like the way that she digs deep. She takes her shoes off. She gets so into it. She has every intention of finishing in a certain time, but her shoes come off and she doesn't care, and she just gets down and dirty and raw and real. And because of that, it really makes a big difference. Again, you can watch that on a YouTube video and you may take some of it away, but you will not take all of it away. You will not experience the feeling. You will not have like a moment where you're like, I remember how I felt when I watched that YouTube video. It's not going to happen. And so if you really want to get the most out of Lauren Ridinger's speech, you have to be in the seat because you will not believe the way she will make you feel. You will not get that just from a YouTube video. You will feel something from the YouTube video, but you won't feel that. A glimpse into the future when Mark and Steve and they're unveiling new technologies. It's like so cool when they get up on stage and they're talking about some of the VR stuff that they're looking into, or these crazy things that they're doing with the algorithm to flush out products. And Chris Petticord is another one. Chris Petticord taking it down from 12,000 toilet papers to 5. Thank you. Thank you, Chris Petticord, for that, right? Because it just makes it simpler. And it's really cool when you get to like hear from the people behind the curtains and learn how they're doing it and learn what, and by the way, they're so excited about the progress because this is what they live and breathe and do every single day, all day long. And so when you get to hear from those executives share their process with us, it really just makes a big difference. I love this. Education and knowledge you receive, right? It's professional development. I don't care what industry that you are in. If you want to remain relevant in any industry, you really have to commit to being a lifelong learner. So I always tell people, like, you absolutely must commit to being a lifelong learner in this company. It's not about going just to World Conference or just to International Convention. You want to go to both, and you want to go to both with your organization because things change. New things come out. New strategies arrive. New success stories are going to impact and reach you more. All of that matters. There's networking opportunities at these events, right? You will not get to, go to the after party and talk to Elizabeth Weber if you're watching convention from YouTube, right? You're just not going to get to do that. And the funny part is Elizabeth Weber will talk right back to you, right? If you have a question and you run into a Gary Rogers or a Lisa Grant or, a Len Allen or whoever, and you ask them a question, they're real people. So you create alliances, you create a support system, you have networking opportunities that just don't exist on YouTube.com, right? And so I just want to remind you guys, all of those things that I just went through, it's all of the reasons why you must be at International Convention in August. You cannot just say, I just went to World Conference, I don't need to go here. You do need to go. And you need to go with your people, because watching the recap video should be exactly what I just said. It should be watching a recap video to brush up on some details that maybe you missed during people's segments, because all of the things that you get from convention are not in the video. It's all the intangibles. It's all the things that you don't get in the video, which is why you go. And so you got to get there, you guys. You just must get there. So you can't afford not to go. You log into UnFranchise.com. You can order your tickets online. And remember, you want to get your tickets so that they count for Master UFO as well. You want to have free tickets that you can record in your Master UFO management report. But do it for yourself and do it for your team. The secret is understanding that you're not selling a ticket to people. You're not selling a ticket to yourself. It's about getting people the training and the belief and the knowledge and all of those intangibles that I just walked you through so that you can scale your business. If your people are not getting all of those things that I just talked to you through, then who's going to give it to them? It falls on you. Then you have to be the one to somehow build up their knowledge, build up their belief, build up their foundation, and do all of those things that an event can do for you. So you need to leverage the events. If you want to scale this business and you want to take it to the next level, and you want to reach higher heights, and you want to reach new UFO levels, you really need to get to the International Convention in Greensboro, North Carolina this August. You will not be sorry. I can tell you that we've been talking about it. And the last World Conference that we just had was like one of the best events we've had in so long. We've never once experienced like as much incredible feedback, unsolicited feedback from people saying that they just got it. And I can tell you that international will be better. It's not going to be just as good, it's going to be better. So make sure you guys get there. I know that the gala is sold out and you don't want to miss the opportunity to attend. So please log into unfranchise.com and grab your tickets today before you can't. And while you're in UnFranchise, make sure you book your hotel so you can get your IBV and have it count for this SAMM and Master UFO quarter. Okay guys, so thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that this was informative. I hope that it's been helpful for you. I wish you guys so much love and a happy, happy week. And I definitely will see you at International Convention in Greensboro this August. All right, guys, make it a great week. Talk to you soon.